Hi there, how are you? Today I'm bringing you this book which has been an amazing ride for me, and I have to say that I completely love this one. It's Goddess in the Machine by Lora Beth, and I have to say that I love it. It's her first book and it's amazing how much I love it. I know that I'm repeating myself, but the thing is, I thought that I was going to like this book, that I was going to enjoy this book, but I ended up loving it. And isn't it amazing when this happens? When you think, okay, I'm going to like a book, and then you end up loving it. And part of it is because when I read the summary of the book and then I read some pages of it, I thought in my mind that this was going to be like some kind of a space opera book, you know, that humanity just left Earth and they went to colonize another planet, and I thought it was going to be more centered around that. And when I began reading the book, it soon becomes obvious that it's going to be very tech edgy, and it's going to have lots of things that I love, like nanobots, artificial intelligence, and tons of things that I completely adore. So I ended up enjoying this book way more than I expected it to. And it has tons of things that I really love. First of all, we have a fat protagonist, and that's amazing because I think representation is very important, and the fact that we have this character that is described once and time again as a person who's not slim, as a person who's fat. I think that's amazing because we need this kind of representation too. Because when you find, when you have something in you that you find represented in a book, it's something that you end like loving the book more because of that. You know what I mean? Also, I don't know if it's in the book or I just made my mind up about it when I was reading, but I think that the character is black. I say I think because it was described, but you know, sometimes in your mind that you picture the characters you want them to be. So yeah, I know that this is the image in the cover, but I imagine her as black with very short hair. That's actually saying in the book. And I don't know, for me also that's very important to have this kind of representation. And yeah, maybe she isn't black, but I imagine her to be. That happened to me once with a character that I keep imagining as red-haired. And when the author described her as blonde, you know, the author kept saying that she was blonde, and I keep saying, who's the girl now? Because, you know, in my mind she was always red-haired, and it was like, I don't know who you're talking about, until something clicked, and then, yeah, the character that I imagine as red-haired, that's actually blonde. And it did happen in all the books. So yeah, in this case, maybe she's black, maybe she isn't. Don't take me for granted in this one. And I also have to say that I love this book because it's full of twists and things that you aren't expecting. And I love how this book just keep me on my toes while I was reading it, because things were thrown on me that I wasn't expecting, and that's so amazing because when you read a lot of books, they're like certain things that you kind of predict that they are going to happen in something, and having this book surprising me time and time and again, that was amazing. There is this moment, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, okay, like all the reviews I do, but there is a thing that happens when they are near some statue thing, and that one was like, what? I wasn't expecting that at all, and I wasn't expecting the actual end of the book. There is another major plot twist that I was kinda guessing, because it's very well written. I mean, there's sometimes there's authors that put plot twists that are like, yeah, you know, that they throw you a plot twist that you weren't expecting because they put it all of the blue, you know. But in this one, if you're paying attention to things that are happening, you can guess because the author is leaving the seeds for those plot twists, you know, lying around. And if you just read them and just interpret them, you're going to be able to guess some of the plot twists, and some of them are going to just completely catch you unawares, and I love it. So after all these grabbing moments that I'm having describing this book, what is this book about? We're going to find this main character, and she has been in cryo sleep, and she is waking up, and she was expected to wake up and, you know, surrounded by scientists in a planet, because they were put in cryo because they had to be traveling to another planet from Earth. and she remembers the instructions that she was given, but it seems like nothing is working as it was supposed to. So we have this main character called Andra, and she wakes up, and instead of being in a lab with people who knows what they're actually doing, she finds herself in a sort of a cave with death, and she thinks, okay, something not going according to plan. And then she finds this infuriating character called Zhade, and yet he tells her that she's a goddess, and she's like, what the fuck, I'm just a regular person. And it seems that in the place where she has waking up, this planet where she was supposed to be traveling, it seems that people that wake up from cryosleep are thought to be goddesses, because and that's amazing. I found this thing amazing. This is this remnants of the old technology that they had, nanobots, robots, implants, and all kinds of things that in this world where she has waking up, it's seen like some sort of magic, because people don't understand how it works, and seeing someone who knows how to use this technology makes them be seen as goddesses, and that I completely loved. I mean, there's lots of things going on in this book, and I'm not going to spoil any of them for you, because I think this is a book that deserves to be read with only knowing the summary. And I have to say that, okay, she pairs with this Zhade person, and there is also a friend of Zhade that's called Liu. I think it's pronounced Liu. And the thing is that Zhade tells Andra that she's a goddess, and she tries to make him understand that she's just a regular human. But he keeps insisting and explains the situation of the planet that's in dire need of being saved, and only people like her and the previous two goddesses that have waking up but now have completely disappeared, those have been the only ones that have been able to help the planet survive. And I'm not going to say anything more about the plot. And I have to say that there is another thing about the book that I love, and you can see it when Zhade appears, and it's like this place has its own language. And at the beginning of the book it was like, what is this gibberish, what the hell are they talking? But as you keep on reading, it's amazing how the author has created this new society, but not only created like the world building, but also the language. And when you keep on reading, you begin to see the similarities and how this language they are talking, it's an evolution from English. And it's amazing when you begin to see how the words have evolved from what they were to what they are in the book. And I ended up being so immersed in the language and the culture and everything that I really felt like I was part of the place, and that's amazing. I mean, I love this book. It has so many things that are amazing. Also, it's a very good book. It's not an easy, fast read. It wasn't for me, because there is lots of information. It's not info dump. I mean, it's all explained like at the moment, but for me, as I say, I love artificial intelligence, and I love technology as in nanobots and robots, and I wanted to grasp everything that the author explained, and I wanted to imagine everything that I was reading. So for me, it was a very immersive read in which I spent quite a lot of time. So I wasn't flipping through the pages, because I was reading every fucking line, because I wanted to, as I said, to grasp everything. And it's amazing. It's amazing when you begin to see all the clues that the author has been giving you, and then comes one of the twists, and then you can stop and think back and say, and you see where you have been, given those little clues, this little information. And there has been moments in which I was like, ah, it was amazing. I mean, I really recommend this book to you if you like dystopic novels with lots of, as I say, technology and cyborgs and robots and nanotechnology and futuristic tech. And if you like this idea of having a world that have been so evolved, but something happened and all the previous knowledge has been lost, and all this technology that work like with a snap of a finger are suddenly seen as magic. So that for me was amazing. And I don't know if you have played that video game called Horizon, but Horizon it has nothing to do with this one. But I also love that one, because it's more or less you have this world where you are like you know, like you have gone back in time and you have the remnants of an old civilization that you can see. It's very futuristic, and I love this idea of having these futuristic civilizations that has been erased by whatever that has happened, and that you have new humans that are trying to live and to survive, and they kept on finding remnants of this old civilization. And I love that. I love this idea, and having this tech so advanced, and having a new civilization that knows how to work maybe basic things, but they are surprised by the biggest things. And I'm rambling, I know. Pick this book, it's amazing, and I need to know if there's going to be a second one. Please let me a second one. Yeah, I need a second one. I mean, if you read the first one, because I'm calling it the first one because I want there to be more books, because I need to know more about more characters because they are amazing. But you have this ending and it works as an ending, but I need it to be like you know, like I want it to be a cliffhanger. I want a second book and a third book. I don't know. And yeah, now before saying goodbye in this review, I have to say that I love the characters. They are so amazingly well constructed, and I love that we have this main character, Andra, that's being referred to everyone as a goddess, and everyone keeps expecting things from her, and that makes her think when she was living with her parents, and how she always felt like she wasn't enough. It didn't matter how much she tried, but people keep expecting more of her. And I love how she feels like, okay, maybe I'm not enough, but I am enough. You know what I mean? That sometimes people ask lots of things from us, and we have to say, okay, maybe I can give that, or maybe I can't, but I am my own person, and this is what I want to do. And I love how she grows and comes to that realization about herself. And I love how we have a main character who isn't, you know, I love that she's human, that she has insecurities, that sometimes she looks at the mirror and says someone, you know, someone that it's not perfect. And I love that she isn't. I love that she's just a regular human being. That's something that I love, because I grew tired of having all those characters who are amazing and know what they're doing always, and they always look perfect, and they are, you know, beautiful and gorgeous and amazing and smart, and they know how to fly a spaceship, and they know how to plant a bomb, and they are like my givers. And it's like, okay, let's be human. And this book pulls that off. And I also love that you have characters who are as far from perfect as possible, characters who have a duplicity in them, that you can root for them while you are thinking, okay, they're backstabbers and they're going to pull something, some trick or something. I love how even the bad characters are human. I mean, you can see what they are doing things. You don't have to agree with them, but you understand why they are in the place they are. And that's something that I find amazing, because I think it's very easy to write a character who's simply bad, and, you know, it's doing that because of power and things. And I think that the difficult thing is making the reader empathize with that character, understand why that character is doing the things that he or she is doing. And that's amazing. And yeah, I'm going to shut up now so you can go and buy this book. Thank you for watching. Bye.